I want to start by saying something about the purpose of this book. A frequent criticism of people who have a lot of media attention is that they're using the spotlight to leverage themselves and hijack the moment. You become famous and you run with it. You make a commercial, put out a perfume. You cash in with a book or a reality show. I am totally cashing in to capitalize on the moment. I'm just doing it for what I hope are reasons that aren't exclusively seedy. You will hear about my childhood in Northern California, my twin sister, Rachel, my hilarious mom and wacky dad, as well as my highs and lows with the U.S. women's national soccer team. But while I have your attention, I also want to discuss issues that are important to me and have nothing to do with sports or my family. As a child, I was small for my age. I was shy and let my sister speak for me. I didn't always fit in. And while I was a natural athlete from the get-go, Rachel and I could both do double dutch in kindergarten. For a while, I wasn't totally sure of myself. Not until I was 18 and in college did I even realize I was gay, for God's sakes. Something that, given how completely obvious it was in hindsight, I'm still pissed at my family for not pointing it out sooner. Like almost everyone in my hometown, my family was socially and politically conservative, although we weren't an overtly political household. The lessons I learned growing up had to do with standing up to bullies and doing the right thing, part of which, my parents said, meant acknowledging how lucky we were. There were lots of kids in our family, and we didn't have much money, but we grew up in a safe, loving environment where all of our needs were met. On top of that, my twin sister and I were cute, good at sports, and popular in school. We had it incredibly easy. We were also white. This might seem like stating the obvious, but I honestly think many white people don't realize they're wandering around with a 400-year baked-in advantage. I know I didn't. After college, I could talk about environmental and women's rights, and as I got older, I spoke more about LGBTQ rights and pay equity. But it took me longer to piece together an understanding of how power and politics work beneath the surface and beyond my immediate experience. The very fact that I'm addressing you now, in an audiobook I received lots of money for and began writing at the end of a year when I won every possible award, isn't simply because I'm a good soccer player or, as athletes love to say, because I worked really hard. You know who else works hard? Everyone. The platform I've been given is a result of other aspects of my life, including the way I look, what I represent, and the associations that come with the sport I play. A small, white, female soccer player, even a lesbian one with a loud voice and pink hair, lands differently in the press than, say, a 6'4" black football player with an afro. It took me a while to get here. Speaking up can be embarrassing. Walking into a room and asking for more money can be super awkward, as can calling people out for being racist. People get angry. They get angry even when you don't say anything to them personally. It's amazing to see what makes people go off, particularly when a woman is doing the speaking. As a professional female athlete, I can't, or I'm not supposed to, curse in public, talk too much about politics, wild out after winning, suggest I might be really good at what I do, or admit to being interested in money. Men play sports because they love it and want to get rich. Women are there for the purity of the game. I'm not supposed to squander my celebrity either. Judging by my fellow athletes, the rule of thumb is that once you have wealth and fame, you must do everything you can to hang on to them. I've made a lot of mistakes in the past 4 years. I'm not exactly a forward thinker. I didn't map out what might happen if I took various political stands, like the tanking of my business or strangers from Florida calling my parents to ask them where they went wrong with me. But I've always understood that once you have a tiny bit of power, space, or control, you should do everything you can to share it. I don't think you need a big platform to do this. It can be as simple as pushing back against a bigoted remark when you don't belong to the group being targeted. It can be taking time to think about Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Eric Garner, Philando Castile, Walter Scott, Tamir Rice, Michael Brown, and countless others, and to consider why, when I say those names in public, I continue to be invited to the party when others don't. Sometimes what I've said or done can cause a big fuss. But given the breaks I've had, speaking out seems like the least I can fucking do.